This is Vanetta Schoefield with Funny Honeys, and you are in the Partments with Parlay.
Hey, Parlay, meet me at the apartment.
Yo, live from DJ House Studio. This your boy Parlay, and we in the apartment with Parlay. Meet me in the Partments. I love my city, ATL. Only thing I love more than my city is the west side of my city. Y'all know that. Shout out to Bankhead, long live Suave, rest easy low, rest easy buddy, a.k.a. We Fly. Listen, we have, I want to shout out to all my viewers, you know what I'm saying, all my supporters. I want to shout out to everybody who's been showing love. I want to shout out to everybody who give me people to look up. I want to give a shout out to everybody who give me people to tap into, people who I should have on my podcast who I'm not tapped in with all the way. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out to everybody who come in on every post I got. I want to give a shout out to people when I'm slacking on my my audios. I want to shout out to everybody who like, hey, Parlay, you got to get that audio out there. I want to just give a shout out to everybody who just been helping me along this journey. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this, and y'all see what I'm doing. This is not easy. It is not easy to be consistent. It's not easy to be consistent. What I'm doing is easy. And when a nigga know how to talk, you can just start talking. Hey, yeah, let's sit down. But I do that with anybody. The gas station, with the man who pumped the gas at the gas station, with the J outside, the hood grocery store. I talk to anybody. So it's easy, but staying consistent, staying on your business, staying getting people in there, stay with setting up interviews, having the clips cut, having everything just ready. It takes a lot to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to salute y'all and shout out to y'all for doing that. And through all this, like I said, I've been getting people been reaching out to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the people that when you reach out, you know what I'm saying? I be seeing what's going on. Long as you ain't talking about no stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what's going on. So I had a phone call and it's like, listen, I got somebody. She's dope. She a comedian. She doing this. She need to be on the show. We watch it. They like it and everything. And I started thinking like, I haven't had no female comedian yet. I done had like two or three content creators. See, okay, let me say this too. I feel like it's a difference between comedians and content creators. Even if you funny and create content, I don't think that's the same as being a comedian. When I think comedian, I think stand-up. I think shows. I think put together skits. And I'm not saying that the content creators on the social media is not putting the skits together, but I think of more of the old term. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a shout out, you know what I'm saying? Big up to my next guest sitting right here with me, Vanetta Schoefield.
What up? How you doing?
What up, though? In the apartments.
We in the Partments.
Yeah, in the apartments.
How you doing? What's
in
up,
the apartments, man. No, I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for taking your time out. Thank you for doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? I know we was talking about everything that you do. Your production company, the writing, acting, coming up with the materials. Can you tap in a little bit on what you do for everybody who watching?
Yeah, what's up, y'all? So my name is Vanetta Schoefield. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I am the founder of Funny Honeys, LLC, and I am a comedian, producer, brand strategist. I really am, more importantly, an entrepreneur. I don't think, I'm not going to say I'm a comedian, right? Because that holds a lot of weight, right? And what's your favorite comedian? Those are people that are known on the marquee, right? I am becoming a comedian.
No, hold on. Let me stop you right there. I got some motherfuckers who funny, bitch. I love them to death. A lot of people don't know them. They comedians. If you take what you do serious, you are that.
Most certain. I take everything I do seriously.
You comedian then.
And I respect the crap. No, I'm a comedian. I'm a paid. However, I am becoming the comedian I want to be, and I don't think that is the strongest title that I carry. Mm-hmm. So
talk to him.
I'm an entrepreneur first. Mm-hmm. And my message and my goal and everything is like for all creatives to tap into the entrepreneurship more than anything. We all got the talent. One of my favorite quotes is the most common thing in the world is unsuccessful people with talent.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, it's so many people that are just super talented but don't have the business acumen. They're not consistent. They don't know how to really focus and hone in. They don't really know how to just roadmap their success. And that's where I come in because, you know, if I didn't have entrepreneur experience before I got into comedy, I would be just like them other niggas. But I'm not. Like, you know, like I've had a few businesses before, and I've been able to apply being in art, like being an artist, to being also an entrepreneur. And there's such a parallel there. Yes. And if you take your artist seriously, or even more seriously as you do when you clock in and clock out for motherfuckers, if you took that as serious as you did, if you was on time for your shows, like if you really put that, if you put the marketing out there, if you looked at it as, yo, it's not just when I'm on stage, it's not just me writing music, but it's me networking and me building my brand. If you took that shit seriously as you do the job that pays you, niggas would be further.
I talked to him though. I talked to him.
So that's my message, and that's kind of like where I'm at with it, because, you know, I have Funny Honeys, and it's the brand will be 5, the business is 3, but, you know, I've done so much with it, and I've taken it seriously, and I've been able to partner with other brands and, you know, be in the Partments. You know, look, it's a lot of comedians that like these posts, like that, like you, and I was like, oh, these niggas gonna be mad.
He ain't talking about nah for real. Nah for real.
This bitch just got to Atlanta. What's she doing?
Nah, for real. I know you spoke about honey bunnies.
Funny honeys.
Can you tell everybody how you came about the name and how did you come up with Funny Honeys?
Yeah, so it's a real dope.
I told you I fuck a name up though, didn't it?
No, you told me. But you got my name right, so shit, we good. It's all good. Yeah. No, so I had been producing comedy shows, like stand up, for like 6 months. I've been doing comedy almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. My birthday was coming up, and I was like, yo, it's my birthday. I gotta do something different. Like, it's the 6-month show. I've been building it up. I was like, I'm gonna book all chicks. They're gonna be fine. I'm gonna book the baddest, funniest chicks that I know, so all the niggas would come out because it's my birthday. Yeah. And so I booked the lineup. I booked the chick to sing. She was a dope singer. I booked the female host. You know, it was like it looked so nice. Like, and I was just looking at it. I was like, what am I call it? I was like, I'm gonna call it Funny Honeys. And I called it Funny Honeys, and I did the show. It was my birthday. Shit was lit. I mean, it was sold out. And like, even somebody came to headline and didn't. Carrie caught it. Ended up headlining Overfab. She's on Showtime now, writing on that. You know what I mean? That was like 5 years ago. So, you know, she came, pulled up, and it was crazy because it was just a dope show. Like, so many people from New York just pulled up, like, and I had like a dope ass vibe, and everybody loved that shit. And I was like, yo, you gotta do this again. So I started doing it. You know what I mean? And if you're going to do it, you got to do it right. So I started to put a lot of money into it, and I built it as a brand, got a little logo. I started rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? So
you just kept it. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to call it Funny Honeys again.
I just started doing, I switched over from producing regular shows to producing only shows with women. So did you come in already being a producer? Or did you come on kind of on the comedian side and then ended up producing? How did that balance happen? So my first, like, internship in entertainment, well, my first summer. So I'm from North Carolina, right? Shout out to Greensboro, North Carolina. I was in college, and I was struggling to finish college. I was like, bro, if I don't pass this class, nigga, I'm moving to Greensboro. Because Greensboro was a place where all entertainment was really going down. Greensboro or Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah. I went to college up that way.
Yeah. Okay, word. So I was at UNC struggling to finish. Found out I had learning disability. I was like, oh, so this shit ain't even for me, man. I'm a communicator. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna just get into. So I moved to Greensboro, and I started trying to intern, and it was this comedian B Dot, and he was he had a community event coming up, and he was like, yo, does anybody know? He had posted earlier that he needed an assistant, like on his Twitter, and then I kept like watching, right? I had responded, but he didn't respond back, and I had DM'd him, right? Mm-hmm. And then he had an event coming up. He's like, I need somebody that's got Italian ices. And at the time, my mom's husband had an Italian icy business.
Oh, okay. Bing, bing, bing.
Boom, boom, boom. I was like, if you respond to my DM, I could have booked that for you. I got that, right? So, like, I could be your assistant. So I said that to him, and he DM'd me back. And so I started to, like, I met him at a show, And I told him that I wanted to be a comedian too. Like, I told him I wanted to be funny. He was like, you don't want to be funny. You just want to help people. And I'm like, nigga, you just want me to help you. But I did, because I loved being at the shows and stuff, whatever. So he had this freestyle funny group. He had this improv show once a month. I helped him out. And at the same time, I was working at this branding agency. I got an internship there. I had met this girl at the club. She did PR for this branding agency. So it was another branding agency that had like a graphic designer, a photographer, and they had like this media person. And so I started being their writer. So I started writing there, and I started working with B-Dot, and I was assisting him. And then I left B-Dot at a certain time. I was still doing the comedy stuff, but then I started working with Tap Money, who is now the program director at 1079. Started working with Tap Money.
So that's summertime.
Yeah, so that summertime, I had 3 separate internships in radio, in branding, writing bios for creative artists, and also in comedy. And by the end of that summer, I had brought the guys that I was interning with, the comedy guys, to the branding guys. And they did a photo shoot with them. Shout out to DRL Tunes. I call him my brand daddy, from Greensboro, North Carolina. He worked on like math festivals and stuff. He's done a lot of he is just an amazing graphic designer, and he just has a great eye for branding, you know. He's told me a lot of great advice, and I was a lot bigger than him. He's like, yo, you'd be bad if you just ran 3 miles a day. That's like what comes out to me when I realize that I lost all this weight, because I've lost weight since this. Like, maybe he was right. But no, he's told me that, and he's also told me a lot of branding, and he's helped me to brand other artists. So that was my experience at 23, right? So I did that at 23, and then I left that. Now so as an artist, you struggling, you broke, like, none of that was really paying me, you know what I mean? I asked B-Dot, like, yo, you know, I've been working for a little bit. Can I get a little something? You know what I mean? Tunes told me to tell that.
Yeah, speak up. Let's say something.
You doing all of this? Yeah. Get some money. And he was like, well, you haven't really brought anything. Like, you're doing stuff, but you haven't. And I mean, it's true. Like, as an artist, like, it's a lot of groundwork that you got to do before you can get paid. And I was like, I get paid. So I was like, it was crazy because, like, I went to this sales company, right? I saw this ad on Craigslist. I was looking for a job. Went to this sales company. They said I could be a manager, right? But I really ended up selling like perfume and cologne and shit on the streets and shit, right? It's like one of the multi-level marketing scheme shit. So it's my second week with them motherfuckers, and I realized that they didn't got me sitting in the car.
Hold on. What they do?
My nigga, I'm selling perfume and cologne in the car, like riding around with niggas. Like, and I left the radio, I left all the entertainment shit just to do this because I'm supposed to be having my own business. And I realized, nigga, I'm just selling perfume. I'm just sitting here. And it was the Monday. It was my day that I was going to be in the station. And they turned on the radio. We weren't supposed to listen to the radio in the car, but they turned on the radio, 102 Jams. Tap Money was on. The nigga I had just left, started working with. And T.I. was in the studio. And I was like, damn, I would have met T.I. today.
Damn, but I'm selling perfume.
I'm selling perfume. I ain't sell no perfume that day, nigga. I was mad. I was sad as hell. That was the only day. No, that was the only day of me selling perfume that I never sold any perfume because I was mad as fuck. I was so mad. I just processed it. But I'm going to tell you, I got my mind right, and they taught, it was, my family called it a cult. My friends was like, girl, you retarded, because I got into this perfume selling shit, and they got me to tap in mentally. Every day you walked in, it was a positive quote. They told you could do anything you set your mind to. They motivated the shit out of us to sell this fake-ass perfume and cologne. And I got the juice. And I started selling.
What kind of people were Africans?
No. It was a white woman and a black man, and they were married. And they were a part of it was called Centura Creations. If you look that shit up, man, they got like hella shit. Like, this is a scam. Like, this is some bullshit. Niggas be losing their houses. Like, niggas get into it's like the idea of, hey, you can build your own business. You can live this life. They show company videos of niggas like living their life and making mad money, having their own office.
And then they got down and say, well, you can do this, we're going to put you in position, you get all this from us, and you're going to sell it.
That's kind of how it was. But the crazy thing is, I ended up being a 100 clubber. Like, that's you sell 100 bottles in 7 days. Mm-hmm. I did that 10 times. Like, I was their top merchandiser, and I really did tap in mentally, and I was out there creating icebreakers, and little did I know I was like telling jokes to people. Like, I was just out there making people laugh, having fun with people, and they was just giving me whatever the fuck I wanted. Like, I was getting money. I was selling bottles. Niggas was buying me what I had the perfume bottles, and I was just pitching whatever I wanted. And then I realized, like, I can just get whatever. I had a nigga buy me some detergent one time. I was like, yo.
Tell me about it. Let's go. How it go?
I said, yo, all right. So the pitch is like this. I'm like, yo, hey, yo, you wear perfume and cologne, some shit like that, right? But I always do the icebreaker. I'd be like, hey, remember me? And he's like, from that dream, it's coming true. And he's like, all right, you stupid. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, but for real, you fuck with cologne, right? You fuck with cologne. You wear cologne, right? Let me show you something. And I start spraying. I show you. This right here, this that ass in the glass. Psh. Spray this one time, you can get all the pussy. This one right here, I smooth like butter. Like, and I'm like, these smell like it, right? They're colored boxes. I'm making up names for them. And I'm just finessing them. I'm just spraying. You like that shit? Spray that one time, you ain't even gotta wash your ass. I'm just telling jokes. And I didn't even fucking know. And I'm like, yo, normally in stores, this shit cost you about $80, $100. But for me today, bro, I got you. Just give me like 50 for 2. I got you. Mm-hmm. And niggas like, nah, I ain't fucking with it. Nah. I can't do it. You know, because niggas gonna say no in the beginning anyway, right? Yeah. You know, like, all right, so which one was your favorite? And you pick one, because I sprayed you with 3. Pick one. All right, so since you ain't gonna get that one, man, all right, you ain't gotta get both of them. You can just get one. Get that shit for like, 20.
Fuck it, come on.
Just give it for 20.
So you catch it like that.
Give me a dub.
So what happened today?
Then be like, nah, I can't do it, man. I gotta get paid. All right, well, listen, man, on some real shit, that commission was just gonna go to me getting blank. Can you help me out with blank?
And you said you need some detergent.
I need some money or I need some detergent. And niggas be like, let me get some money for some detergent. Well, I ain't got it. I just got my card. Well, you could just go in the store and buy it. I like Tide.
And he went in the motherfucking store and bought it.
And I got motherfucking family size Tide, nigga.
Okay, did he say, okay, I'm finna go get it, or did he just go get it and come back with it?
He's like, okay, cool. Well, I don't know what you want, so come in the store with me. I got a Snickers too.
Fuck it, might well. She should have got a Sprite too.
Right?
I
wasn't thirsty. I would have got it.
Nah, that's all right.
Nah, but I learned how to pitch and how to work. I did that for like 3 to 4 years. And like, I didn't have the best days, but I did that. So like, developing that mindset, getting in them trenches like that, doing that. So when I came up to comedy and I learned how to do comedy, I went took classes, studied it, and I saw, I got to just get on stage and get better. Oh, it's going to be a while before I get paid. Word. I just sold fake perfume and cologne, my nigga. I'm cool with this. Yeah. This is my dream. Yeah, I want to do this shit. Yeah. I don't want to sell perfume and cologne for the rest of my life, but I'm good at that. So if I can be good at that, I can definitely. Nigga.
It's easy.
It's easy. This is my one.
What the married couple was? What their name was? You remember what their name was?
Lexi and Drew.
Shout out to goddamn Lexi and Drew. Lexi and Drew goddamn put you on your path.
Lexi and Drew. Honestly, Lexi was dope. And I'm not going to get into it. I told the story on Refinery 29, so maybe I should tell it here. But I fuck with them so much. But it was a lot that went on with them. But I did like how they were a family and had a business. Like, I think I've always kind of wanted like that king and queen shit. Like, but it was a lot to see running a business with your partner too. So it was an experience for sure. But I call her Mama Lexi, and she was dope as fuck. White trill ass chick from Richmond. Like the white bitch that you take anywhere with you. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, come on, you can go with me.
You can go with me. Yeah. I fuck with down ass white bitches. Shout out to Lo. What up?
Lolo.
Lolo, what
Lolo.
up? Yeah, so I fuck with a down ass white girl. So.
Nah, for real. So you doing all this? You say you quit, stop selling the perfume, cologne. You say I'm gonna just take everything that I learned, been doing. I'm gonna focus on this comedy. What is your next step? You done manage comedy shows. You done wrote for
artists.
For artists.
Yeah.
And things for people speaking and for the media. You know what I'm saying? You done interned at the radio. You know, served perfume. What is your I'm gonna do comedy, but what path did you take to that? Was it straight comedy? Was it I'm gonna do the production first? I'm gonna come back with the production. I'm gonna bring the Funny Honeys back again. You know what I'm saying? What was your direction now?
Yeah, so I really fuck with educating yourself. So my path was I waitress in college, And so that company, that's perfume, ended up taking me to Florida. I opened an office in Florida, and I opened an office in New York. Because Florida was alright, but like it won't nobody speaking English there. And I was like, this is not a community that I want to be a part of. Because no matter how much money I make, I want to be a part of the community I'm in. Mm-hmm. So I ain't like that. So my Nana lived in New York, and she lived in Yonkers. So I opened an office in Yonkers, and I moved over there. Now that New York was harder than Florida, but comedy was there. I was like, this is the comedy capital. So what I did was I went back to waitressing. I said, fuck this business. I went back to waitressing, started to educate myself, and I started to take UCB classes for sketch, improv. I took a stand-up comedy class, all while waitressing, trying to get my money up to move to the city so I could start to do stand-up. And I took by the time I had saved up enough or had enough to get the comedy class going, it was a spot that I wanted to take it at. I looked it up on Google, and I also was going to get a job working in the city. Now, I'm still living in Yonkers, so it's like an hour and a half away from the city. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get a job there, I'm going to commute so I can move there. So I'm going to work there, I'm going to find comedy. So the one job that gave me an interview in New York City. So the one job that gave me an interview in New York City was a spot called Big Daddy's. And I go Easter Sunday, crazy shit. They give me the job on the spot. And they're like, you start. And I'm like, all right, cool. You start Monday. Like, they need help, right? So I walk outside, and I look to my left, and 2 blocks away was the comedy class that I said I was going to take, Comic Strip Live. So the spot I got a job at
school is right
2 blocks away from the comedy, from the class. I was like, I'm going to take that class.
Wow.
So I got the job. And then I started going there, and it was just so, I was like, God,
so it's surreal.
It was just like everything has, for the most part, to be honest with you, shit just be lining up, you know? So it's like, oh, yeah, this is supposed to be this is what it is. Like,
you following your calling, you're following what you're supposed to do. A lot of people don't take chances. They get caught and stuck in what they doing now. They're like, I'm doing okay now. I got this, and this. If I leave, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But every time you got that niche, you was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm gonna do this. And when you follow your path and you really put time into what you're doing, and you studying, and you taking classes, and you doing improv, and you don't have all this thing, God is gonna always put you on your path. It's no such thing as a coincidence. It's not.
It's really not.
Everything happens for a reason. Not. It's meant for you to choose. You're at the crossroad right now. You can go left, you go right, but you got to choose.
Yeah. So one of my favorite quotes is, you can take the hard road to an easy life, or you can take the easy road to a hard life.
Well, it really is going to be hard for both.
It is. It's going to, both of them, is there some hardship at some point?
Period.
If you take the easy road, the life going to be hard. If you take the hard road, you can get to that easy life.
Thanks.
It's what hard you want. And I've devoted majority of my 20s to that learning, that education, that moving around, being, like, I'm from North Carolina. I done moved to Florida. I done moved to New York. I moved to Virginia on some actor shit. They was like, whatever. So, like, it's a lot that's happened. And what, to your point, like, when you sacrifice, I feel like things and just blessings come from that. That shit, that Big Sean, so many. You know, like, I just spent so much time, free time, knowing time ain't free. Mm-hmm. Like, I've spent all my free time developing myself as a creative, learning all those things. I spent my free time spending money on getting better. Like, it's crazy that I've done all of that and invested so much into that, but that's what you got to do. And every time I do one big step, I get a big reward. For sure. No,
definitely you put the work in. Talking about these big steps and rewards you be getting. Talking about you loving and educating and being educated at the same time. Let's talk about your new series.
1865. Okay, so I feel like, you know how you have a kid. Okay, you got kids? Mm-hmm. Okay. How many?
5.
Word. Okay. So I was just going to use a comparison for 2. So, but you know how you have your oldest and you gave a fuck when you had it, but like you fucked up because it was your first one. Mm-hmm. And then you do a little bit better with the next one. And it's just, So Funny Honeys is my first baby. Had her when I was a little young in the game, but I fuck with her. You know what I mean? That's my oldest, and she holding me down. And Funny Honeys is helping me raise 1865. And 1865 has so much promise. And it's my best baby. And it's a brand that I created 2020. I actually just left the doctor today. Actually, it's funny because I had a follow-up, but I had to have surgery for like my fibroids. So shout out to women that have uterine fibroids. 8 out of 10 black women have fibroids. I had to have surgery for it. And I couldn't protest when George Floyd was murdered. Like, New York went crazy. And I'm in the house bleeding in pain. And I felt so helpless. And so I'm sitting there, and then the wave of everything, protests, everything happened, you know, and it comes around Juneteenth. And it's so funny because there's a comedians group on Facebook, it's black comedians, and this one woman did a benefit for Juneteenth and for black comics because a lot of people started to show black comics love at that time. Like, this one guy said he paid his rent for like almost 6 months from the work he got during Juneteenth when George Floyd died because of all the shows. Like, they wanted to book black comics then.
Yeah.
Like, they felt bad.
Yeah.
So they kept booking us and giving us money just out of guilt. This one white comedian and one white girl showed her titties for Juneteenth. No, for real. Like, she showed her titties and raised like $4,000 for Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. And like, black comics were talking about it. Like, this white woman showing her titties, right? And this one black comedian commented. And it's so funny because this same black comedian went up at the comedy club. Like, I was a new black comic. New black bitch at one of the biggest, my favorite comedy club in New York. Mm-hmm. One only black women there. I show up and this nigga's performing and he was with a white girl and he didn't say shit to me. And it's a lot of niggas that do shit like that when they with white bitches. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that shit, how they treat black women. Yeah. So I had a vendetta against this nigga, number one. And then this nigga commented, he said, y'all say what you want about that white girl. She raised $4,000. So it was between George Floyd, me not being able to do shit, and this nigga shouting out a white woman for raising money.
On Juneteenth.
I was like, you know what can I do? Like, I got motivated.
I got to figure out something.
I got to figure out something. You know, and I've always been an organizer. I'm a pastor's daughter, rainbow tea bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the green table, we lit. So, nigga, we lit. You know, so I've been an organizer since young. I grew up in a like small church. So my mama was like, I was an usher, the armor bearer, everything. Like, I was always
choir.
Nigga,
you gotta get your solo.
I sang a sermonic solo, and I can't even sing, but I would be singing.
Everybody gotta sing a solo. If you went to church, if you stay from a black family back in the day, and they participate, deacon, anything, a part of the church, you're in the choir, and you got to do a solo. Nigga, ain't no running from it.
You gotta do a solo. You can't carry a tune in a bucket if they gave it to you. But you doing a solo.
You gotta do a solo.
You got to.
Everybody gonna say, ooh, sing it now. No, you can't sing.
Knowing it. And they be in there, that's how you know church is full of shit. Cause niggas be in there clapping.
Yeah, they do.
You offbeat.
Yeah, they do.
You can't. I was everything in church. So it gave me that experience to produce, right? So I already knew I had that skill set. So honestly, a festival is something I always wanted to do. And it was just those things that emotionally motivated me that I was like, okay, so it's time to do my festival. And I'm going to do it for black comics. You know, at first I thought I was going to do it for all black women for Funny Honeys because that was, you know, that's my first baby. So I thought I was going to do a Funny Honeys festival. But nah, like, I was like, okay, so we're going to do it like this. I'm going to include everybody. So that was the idea. That was when I started. And that was the impetus for getting it going. But now it's just like, this is my second year. And now that I'm in this space of really trying to establish, I don't like saying trying, do or do not, there is no try, Yoda. Now that I'm establishing myself and my brand in the creative marketing space, I didn't want to do just like a festival that's like a collection of shows. To be honest, that's what a lot of comedy festivals are. They just put some shows together and invite some industry people, and that's it. So I'm one, I have a desire to ultimately be on the big screen, not like as an actor, but as a programmer and as a producer. So I saw an opportunity for me to put together something that would be programmed. So I wanted to kind of flex. So I put together.
Flex. Gotta pop your shit. Pop your shit.
So I'm flexing with 1865 this year, and I have really amazing showcases at Uptown Comedy Corner and around the city that are specialty showcases. But I also have the classroom. So the theme of 1865 this year is school days.
Okay.
First of all, festivals don't be having themes. I'm the first bitch to do that. So it's school days, and I have like the classroom where I have like panels and workshops, and I have the joke gym. Like instead of like PE, you're gonna work out some jokes. I have that, and I also have like instead of like a book fair, I have a podcast fair.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, so I want to shout out Buddy University because they have an amazing venue. And they have these amazing like privacy tents. So you have the ability to kind of like block out the sound and like have this intimate kind of vibe. So instead of like going to school and having like this book fair, you like pull up and you have this like podcast like lineup.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got podcasts there. We got a show in the metaverse. You know, I mean, we just got a lot of shit that's going on, you know, and it's all related to educating Black comics and helping them kind of, honestly, I want to help them and give them little remnants of all the experiences that have helped me become the comic that I am. I've been doing comedy 6 years.
What's your favorite part about doing comedy?
The connection. Like, there is nothing like talking to people. And honestly, I thought about it because of that's more of a hosting thing. And I love to host. Like, yes, I like comedy and I learned comedy so that I can be an influence in comedy. Like, I feel like school days is the theme of 1865 because I treat comedy like school. I feel like stand up for me was a prerequisite.
Okay, yeah.
It was a general, I need to understand the structure of a joke. I can write a joke with you. You can tell me a premise of some shit right now. I can help you tag that shit up. I can help you write a joke because I know what I'm doing. But that's not what I want to do. Just like a prerequisite, you know what I mean? So
Stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone. So what I ultimately want to do is run shows for TV. Like Funny Honeys is if Lifetime and Comedy Central fucked. I had a little ratchet baby. It's like telling stories. Yeah. Like unscripted series. Mm-hmm. Like on some like Mona Scott, but not like planned.
Yeah.
Like comedy. Just like regular shit. A lot goes into comedy.
Yeah.
If you just document the process, nigga, if you just document the dope of yourself, you got a stellar, like you can win an Emmy with that shit.
Yeah. Just the process alone.
That and the proper editing, of course. But the structure of it. So that's what I'm into. You know what I mean? I'm not into, but to your point and to your question, I love connecting with people because hosting is something that I can just connect instantaneously.
Take you back to the perfume.
Yes, kind of, sort of, because it's like I'm reading you, and I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at this nigga. Okay, you with somebody, you're not with somebody. What do you do for a living? I ask you, so I get a little into it. I'll make a little joke about that. We're there, we connect, and then we there. We there, we're locked in, and you're like, here with me, and I have the power with my words to lock you in with me. That's some power. Comedians are powerful, bro.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
For a nigga to make you forget about your day, forget about everything that's going on, like, you're so into them and their story. You're so into them and where they are and who they are.
Listen, you ready to listen to the next thing they finna say.
And you don't want them to stop. Like, when you're a really good comedian, that's what, to what I was saying earlier, like, I'm a comedian for sure, but I want to be the comedian, like, you don't want me to stop talking.
Yeah.
You want to know more? You want me to keep going? I've seen some comedians like that. I just don't want them to get off stage. Like, I just...
Do you have any off mind?
On some real shit, like, as a female comedian, Ali Wong is one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. That little Chinese, little funny bitch. Like that, she is so... I like being smart, funny, and sexy. Mm-hmm. And she is, I think, the epitome of that. For sure.
For sure. Tell everybody what 1865 means. Because I know some people are going to be like, okay, 1865. And some people are going to be like, why she call it that for? Black people. You know how black people is.
Like, what the fuck is that? Is that a liquor? Is that a liquor? 1865? Yep. No. Okay. So, Juneteenth. This is June 19th.
Okay.
So June 19th. Okay. So June 19th, 1865 is when slaves were freed. Hello. Okay. So that is the official date. Technically, of course, we were free for 2 years, but slavery inspired comedy, and 1865 is named that simply because of that. And, you know, although we were free, we don't get the credit that we deserve for being as influential to comedy as we have been. So slaves would mock their masters at night. That was their only entertainment, having fun at night. They would
yes, sir, master.
Yeah, they would mock their masters. Someone took note of that, and someone being Thomas, his nickname is Thomas Jim Crow Rice. He created a character in blackface that mocked slaves. That was known as the first minstrel show. And minstrel was like, So he's considered like one of the first stand-ups in America. He toured. He made like over $100,000. Yeah. And that was a lot in the
way back then, yes.
Nigga, this nigga was the first millionaire in blackface mocking slaves. So... And to see and to understand, like, and then when you get into it, like, the first black comics, even black comics had to perform in blackface. Mm-hmm. Like, if you were on stage, you had to black your fucking face out. And the black people that made the most money at that time were like this, like, I was about to say albino, but like they were like, metisage is what the word is for, but light skin, like, and one guy, like, they would wear their blackface out so people didn't know that they were black. They would always wear blackface. I can't remember the brothers. Because they got me hot before. So they were brothers passing as performers, bruh, to get money. So when you think of it, it's just crazy because it kind of replicates in society. History repeats itself. So 1865 is because of the history. Like, the history of we were freed as slaves, but we've been enslaved as artists for so fucking long.
Still to this day.
Still to this fucking day. Yeah. And if anybody gets an opportunity, it's most likely going to go to somebody that don't look like us.
Facts.
And it's only to the good talking niggas that look like us.
Yeah, you motherfuckers, you got the money, we got the talent. That's 50-50.
And I just want to say this on some real shit. Like, I've always said this. I've always been, I was one of the first motherfuckers in the AG class. I took the AP shit. I was accepted. Yes, I am fair skinned. I get it. But at the same time, I have never wanted to be that one nigga that got to the table. I've never wanted to be that one person. You've seen that shit passing. You've seen people that pass. I've never wanted to be that one person that passed. I don't like the fact that it's some kind of acceptance for that. Mm-hmm. I think that there should be a total alternative where people are more educated and learn how to really finesse and grow into that game, because honestly, if you're a real nigga, you just know how to be yourself.
Facts.
I know one of the funniest comedians in the world right now. So listen, I just want to do comedy. I just want to tell jokes. I don't give a fuck about that business. That's what they said to me. That's how it is. So if there's no HR in comedy, if there's no person that's creating opportunities for you and you're just a funny person and you really aren't tapped into that, how is someone going to create opportunities for you?
Facts. You have to get somebody with who know branding, who know how to produce a show.
Yeah.
And who know how to help you, who know how to help you get what you're trying to do together. Take this and do this. Take this and do this. I've done it before. This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time, especially with our people, it's not that we ain't smart. It's that we never learned the tools to be able to do the things that we need to do moving forward.
That's
and we
it.
be too scared to say, I don't really know that, do that.
I don't know how to do that.
So
It's
niggas,
so many
so tell
people.
me, but they'll
Bruh.
follow the lead though.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a client right now. I'm gonna tell you, this nigga don't know shit. He don't know a damn thing, and he has not articulated once that he don't know it. Like and I'll just start. Yeah, so, cause I'm picking up on it, but a lot of us weren't taught that, and you know, only a few of us have the shit you can't teach.
That's why we got it, so we can teach somebody. The it factor.
But like honestly, it's just crazy because when you sit and think about what I sit and think about, I'm like, ain't nobody done this, man. Nobody gave a fuck before.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy because I don't know if I want to tap into this per se, but you know, it's a certain level of me being neglected as a person, me being like, it's a certain level of me being neglected as a person and me being like, you know, emotionally abused in that space where I felt like, oh, I got something to prove, where I kind of wanted to take this on because comedy is one of the only things, although it's really fucked up, although everything, it's the only one thing that I've been able to put effort into in life that's given me something back. I put my effort into people that haven't done, you know, anything for me. You know what I mean? So putting that in has been great. You know?
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad for that, man. Dope story, man. Dope journey. When is the new 1865?
So 1865 is June 19th through the 22nd. We have a few.
What's the location?
Okay, we got a few venues. I'm gonna say,
Okay, hold on. Slow me down. Slow me down.
No, we have a few venues for 1865. I'm very excited because last year we only had one, and it's our second year. We have 3 venues. Well, we have 4 venues. No, we have 5 venues.
We have 2 venues. We have 3 venues. 4.
You get a venue. You get a venue. Everybody. Okay. So, 1865, June 19th through the 22nd. That Sunday, we are at Mixed Deity, right? For free community event. I got activists, speakers. I have a confirmed guest of the head of social. I have a confirmed guest for the head of social at Discover Atlanta. And he's gonna be there. We're just gonna be killing it on that Sunday free event. Then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are at Uptown Comedy Corner. We got Kelly Kales hosting. We got Mario Torre hosting. We got Kelly K-Dub Walker hosting. So we got all these people that are just amazing. Yeah, I like saying his Kelly K-Dub official name.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him Kelly for everything now. Kelly. Hey,
Kelly.
come here, Kelly.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna call him down and say, hey, can I speak to Kelly? He gonna say, but you play too much, see? Who told you that?
Stick around, stay around. No, so we got those hosts, right? And then we got Alton Walker, Rita Brent, and Charles McBee. Rita Brent and Charles McBee are both the head. Rita Brent is a writer on The God's Honest Truth, Charlamagne Show.
Okay.
She works with Ricky Smiley. She works with Cedric Entertainer. So Rita Brent is amazing. And Charles McBee is the head writer for See the God Show, The God's Honest Truth on Comedy Central.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's a head writer for that. And he's also, both of those 2 acts have wrote on the Emmys and the Golden Globes, respectfully. So we have those. And Alton Walker, you know, he's touring with Desi Banks. So I've curated really dope shows at Uptown Comedy Corner, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 21st, the 20th through the 22nd.
Oh no, that's dope. No, that's dope. Definitely gotta come out and tap in.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're in the city, pull up. You gotta come. You gotta tap in. You gotta see. Like I say at the beginning of the show, sometimes you have to step outside your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta reach in and tap because you never know what steps will lead you to other steps in the other platform and other places, and then you just keep stepping and stepping. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if y'all there, definitely tap in. Tell everybody where they can follow you at.
Yeah, so Vanetta, Vanessa, but with T's, Vanetta. You type that in, you're gonna find some shit. You know, I've been on Fox 5. I got my Instagram, and we out here. And 1865 Fest on Instagram. Follow that, please. Thank you.
Nah, for real, for real. Anything else you want to say before we get up out of here? Anything you forgot? Anything? Because I know sometimes people be like, I gotta tell this. I gotta talk about this story. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Is there anything that we ain't talked on? Anything you might want to speak on before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just came to vibe with y'all, and I just really want to thank you. I did want to say thank you again for the opportunity and for being here, for the conversation.
Yeah.
I fuck with that on some creative shit, like to tell my story. This was kind of like my first time to tell my story in that space, like just on the transition in the space. So thank you for that opportunity.
I think that everybody, that is the single most important part in everybody's step is making people understand who you are.
Definitely.
The faster they can do that, the faster your fan base can organically grow.
For sure. Okay, so I lied. I did have something I wanted to say. So, like, I wrote an ebook, and it's called The Book on Getting Booked. It was an ebook. It was only, like, 25 pages, right? But my favorite chapter and my favorite part of it is about documenting your dope, right? Like, I am going to definitely encapsulate this whole experience, but it's documented as well, so I can put this shit on the platform.
Facts.
Creatives, we don't do that enough because we think our dope is just on stage. Documenting your dope, being able to tell your story, developing your story, that's what it is. And I just want to shout out Gary Vee for that because Gary Vee inspired that chapter. You know, this dude had a struggling business that was a family business. Struggling. Started a YouTube channel. Got views. Got people to drive traffic. Saved his family business and became a millionaire just off documenting his dope. Like, and the dope of his, you know, who he was. And oftentimes I think we just get so tied into as artists, like the performance on stage, but if you document the process, you know, the process is what it is. So that's why I'm grateful for being able to share my story because that was my process. So document your dope.
Nah, document your dope. You know what I'm saying? What's the ebook again?
The Book on Getting Booked. But you can find that on funnyhoneys.com. What's up?
But you did have something else to say. You didn't say nothing about funnyhoneys.com.
Okay, so find me on Instagram and funnyhoneys, HUNNYZ.com. Funny, HUNNYZ.com. You can click services, you can click 1865, and you can click some content. What's up? Because we got it all.
Nah, definitely. If you need writers, she writes too.
What's up?
Tap in, man.
Tap in.
Man, we live from DJ House Studio. This your boy Parlay. And we in the Partment with Parlay. Meet me in the Partments.